I guess that's right. Okay, so today is March the 4th. We have just talked a little bit about statistics. And in a minute, we will go back to the top of these notes, but I just forgot to record. So, right now we're talking about what is a statistical question. So, like this first one says, who is the first president of the United States? There's only one answer, George Washington. So that's why it's non-statistical. And the reason is for explaining is there's only one president. There's only one first president. And this is the part that we might have a little different sentence here. But you need to explain why is it non-statistical. There's only one first president. George Washington was the only one. Anything like that. That's it for that one. That's all we're doing right. Well, for this part. Number 2. Okay. What are the admission prices to each of the state parks in Kentucky? A bunch of numbers or one number? A bunch, because it might be $5 at one and $2 at the next. They might charge $6 for the adults and $3 for the kids. So, it is called a statistical question. Because, like I'm saying, you could have many different words here, but I'm just putting many different prices. Please don't shorten the word statistical, non-statistical. If you write it a few times, it'll get a little easier. Okay, number 3. What is the height of the tallest water slide at Wild Rides Water Park?
Non-statistical.
Non-statistical, because how many slides are they asking about? Just one. The height of the tallest, so one number. So it is non-statistical. And I'm just going to put only one slide or only one slide height. It's not hard. Statistical. And number 4. How much time do the students in my school spend on the internet each night?
Too much.
A lot. Statistical, yes. Because some people spend none. Statistical. Hey guys, get with me. Statistical and many different numbers or many different answers. Shh, get with me. Yes?
I thought it was something you could do with the numbers. Since it said how many heights, I thought if it's not statistical.
How much time though do the students, and that plural's really mattering.
No, I thought since the numbers, since it said students, since it's more than one, I thought that's what it means. And then if it's since you said he was the first president, I thought, since it's just one, it's just non.
Right, because there's only one first president, is why that's non-statistical. 3? Okay, but this one's asking, what is the height of the tallest water slide? So if let's say, Googled this place, and I said, what's your tallest water slide? How many numbers would they give me? 1. So that is why it's non-statistical. Tallest, the height of the tallest water slide. Just one water slide. At this place. Just one water slide. Here's the question. Think about it this way. If they ask the question, the heights of all the water slides, then there'd be 5 or 6 or 10 of them. But here they ask, what's the height of the tallest one?
mean, not one, like, one.
Yeah, it might be 200.5 feet. Does that help a little bit? Okay. Listen, this is the hard part about teaching this. I could be talking about a water slide, and there might be a kid in this room that doesn't even know what one is. That is, well, you got to think about it. Like, if you've never been to one of these places, you may not really know what it is. The whole, and that's what we're figuring out is when we go through some of these, there's two things we're doing today, because I know you're all turned around and looking and listening. The first one is these statistical questions. Okay. If you're not from America, you may not know who the first president was. So, there might be some of that. Okay. The second thing, like, and just ideas and things going on in the real world. They might have something you've never heard of. We may have to talk about it. So don't ever make fun of someone. Like, sometimes I assume too much so we understand stuff. So just ask. It's okay. I don't mind. Okay. The second thing we're doing is this, and it's called determine the mean of each set of data. Mean is what teachers are. Ha ha. This is the way I have always taught it. This is the way that I've always taught it. It is called to find... I wish I could just finish a sentence. You're the only group I can't finish a sentence with. And I'm being pretty nice if you think about it. To find the mean of a set of numbers. Teachers do this math. This is what we do every time. We add up all your test scores. We divide by the number of tests you have. That's basically the average in that test category. We could do the same thing with homework. We could do the same thing with quizzes or whatever. And the reason I'm saying teachers are mean, and the reason I'm putting those two words together, you're going to have about 6 or 7 different things you're going to have to remember to do in the next couple weeks. And this is just the first one. And that's just a way of, oh yeah, teachers find the mean. They add up all our scores. It'll make more sense as the week goes on. But for right now, this is what we do to find the mean. It's a kind of average. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, for this first one, I'm going to put plus signs so you remember what to do later. We're going to add these together, luckily with our handy-dandy calculator. Right now, put it in your calculator.
67.
And I get 57.
Yeah.
Now, 57 is not the answer because you've got to divide it. 57 is a total, but you've got to divide by however many numbers there are. There are 5 numbers. So, 11.4. Now, that is the average or the mean of that data. That is the mean of that data. I would write that down. I would write down the plus signs and the equal sign on this first one. So you know what to do later. If you would listen to me, you will know what to do. Listen the first time, people. So, right now, look at your paper. Put little plus signs. Put the equal sign.
Do you have to put the 57 or can you just go straight into it?
I'll be honest, for checking purposes tomorrow, I would put it and what you divided by and what it equaled, only because, let's say you add it up and you get 61. And tomorrow you're sitting there going, but I got 11.3. And I'm like, I don't know why you got 11.3. I'm going to write this divided by that equals that. Because that way we can compare our work if we do miss one. Does that make sense a little bit? In case you divide by 6 instead of 5. Turn around. I'm ready to call some parents at this point. Shh. Well, I just find it interesting. I'm sitting here videoing and you're still doing it. It interests me. The bottom one, number 2 there, is honestly like a bunch of test scores. If you think about it, they're all between 0 and 100. To be honest, they all look like normal people scores, meaning between 62 and 100. If we add them all up, I got 601,
Oh, I forgot one number.
but we got to divide by.
7. I got weird names. Divide by 7.
Now, here is what I need you to look at. Right here, there's a thing in the directions I didn't talk about yet because I just didn't want to talk about it yet. It is rounding to the nearest tenth. So, this is what my calculator is showing. Okay? Now, to round to the nearest tenth, what number is in the tenths place? This 8. If we look at the number behind it, it is a 5. 5 tells the 8 to do what? Go up to a
6.
The 8 to go up to a 9. 85.9. So, this kid's average on all their tests is an 85.9.
Click on 8. They passed.
I rounded to the tenths place.
So it gives you those long numbers and then you round.
Round to the nearest tenth. You got to read your directions. It might say the nearest hundredth. It might say the nearest thousandth. Now, so basically you have two things we did today. We did questions and then the finding the mean. Take the next few minutes. I am checking two things tomorrow. One is going to be this vocab. I need you to get it down, 1 through 5. Then the other is going to be the homework. You're going to have a good 20 minutes to do all this, so you really shouldn't have homework. Okay, it is easy. It's very easy. If you will just get it going, to be honest, you won't even have homework. Quit with the 5,000 comments. Question, I don't like it. Okay. If it's 5 or higher, go up. If it's 4 or lower, no. Yeah, stay the same. Whoa, that's good. 5 or higher, yeah, round up. 0 through 4. Did I give you one? I'm losing one. Stay the same. Basically, tonight's homework. Well, 1 second. I'm just going to show. Tonight's homework is this. It is finding statistical questions. On this side of it, you are saying yes or no if it is statistical. So, like on number 1 here, it says how many cars are in each driveway on your street. So imagine a street with various driveways. You're looking at how many cars are on each street. Is that statistical or not?
No.
Yes, it is statistical. So you write yes. Because all they're asking on this one is it statistical or not?
Are we doing?
Write yes or no.
Are we doing both sides?
Both sides. On the back, it is finding a mean of each set of data. Round to the nearest tenth. But having a calculator shouldn't be too bad. 1 second. I'm coming. Okay, so. Everybody's good. Oh, it's 4. When is it? You just had it Friday.
Oh, that was just a little test.